4 minutes about to hit 1 o'clock, guys. Don't forget you can tune in at Cool FM Nigeria on Twitter. You can watch us live on www.coolfm.ng, and we're streaming live on Facebook as well. It's www.facebook Cool FM 969. And we have, like I said, today is a lot different because we have two great guys from different worlds. And if you think about it, art and design, music, entertainment, for some reason they go hand in hand, right, Kemi?
Yeah, I think that everything creative sort of kind of finds itself in the same space. From paintings, to creating music, to modeling. So it's all in the same space, just different branches and different angles. So yeah, I do believe that they kind of go hand in hand. It's like a movie, like I said, you need a soundtrack, you need a,
And if you think about the hottest working people, we have one of them in Nigeria and Africa, and we have the hottest working guy as well, straight from the United Kingdom, representing Nigeria, is right here on Turn Up Tuesday. And we want to start with the ladies first. Like they say, ladies first. Mm-hmm. If you checked out, the trend and checked out track record, I already said this is one of the fastest growing act in Nigeria. All the things just came out all in 1 year.
It's
and
amazing.
It's almost like she's been there for years.
Yeah, and that list that was put out in December about the most booked artists, she was also on the list too. And I love it because she's doing it her way. You know what I'm saying? There's the general misconception as to you have to be a certain way, look a certain way, sound a certain way, but she's doing it just being herself.
I like that.
Personality-wise, and I love it.
Ladies and gentlemen, changing the narrative every single time when it comes to fashion, music, and being yourself. We have Teni, the entertainer. Okay, now let me drop this quick. For everybody, you're going to hear the voices on the show are from Ondo State, so you got to keep that in check. I had to drop that in quick.
Rapping.
Now, this next guy, for every reason I've checked him out. I mean, when he comes to good recommendation from people, you can tell that he's, people see like, oh, just that same guy who is outside Nigeria, but never really represents, where he's from. But for everything he does, he puts Nigeria in it, and I think I love that. When you see people who go to school to do product design, it's not just everybody who does it. Now, for a guy who's a black guy in a space like that, to make that kind of name, if you check what he has done for Nigeria, his craft, he's one of the best curators I've ever seen, one of the best product designers, and you never know it. He is from Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you, I'm a big fan of his work. I present to you Kemi, Smallzz, Teni, the whole of Nigeria, Yinka Ilori.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Full house.
It's a full house, guys. So, tune in. It wouldn't take anything, right? You guys should tune in, and you can ask all the questions of the world, but I want to start with Teni first. Teni, what's good?
I'm okay.
That's the money talking.
How you feeling? How's music been treating you? Are you happy?
I'm treating music good.
I like that.
Music is treating me nice.
Are you happy with it? How everything? I like to ask this "Are you happy?" question because you could be doing so much and still be miserable.
Right.
You know what I mean? But are you happy? Are you happy with how everything's going?
Yes. Because like I always say, I'm not following anybody's standards. Mm-hmm. I'm doing it for me. I'm doing it for myself, for my health, my mental health. Mm-hmm. I have to stay happy. Mm-hmm. So if I was trying to be like somebody else, then I'll be watching okay, what are they doing right now? And I'll be stressing, but I'm not. I'm just being me, and I'm happy with that.
I love it.
First, I want to go back. How did you handle the conversation when Osagie came and said certain things about you? How did you handle that? Thinking about it, how did you handle it? Because you never really said anything about it.
Right.
But if you had a chance, would you have said anything?
Well, if I had a chance, I would say something to him, not to anybody else.
What would you have said to him?
What was your opinion like? Everybody has an opinion. Like, there are things I have an opinion. There's a movie I watched. By the way, you guys don't bash me, but I don't see what people are watching in Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Shout out to me.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm outranked, overmatched.
I'm not the only old guy out now.
And guess what? I'll say that, and so people will get really upset. Why would you say that? Mm-hmm. But that's my opinion. So I'm not mad at him for stating his opinion. But I would have wished that since he's in a position to speak and people look up to him, he would have done it in a better way. Maybe called me and given me an advice or said it in a way. I don't know how, but I feel like it's not about me, it's about the young girls that are trying to come up and do something. Now you set that, now you make them feel like they're not valid. So I wasn't upset at him, that's his opinion. But come on, you have my phone number. You could have called me.
Okay, honest. I mean, it's good that I asked you the question because you've never spoken about it.
Right.
And for everybody who knows that she said should have said something to him. And it's good you clear that. It's nice, you know, because it was something that made a lot of news. People had, it was good that a lot of people actually defended you. A lot of people. And I think he's not on that show anymore. He's not on Loose Talk anymore.
Yeah, well, I think it's because it wasn't just the Teni situation. He did say a couple of other things as well, and everything just came together. But speaking of news, there was also the conversation where you made a video, and some people felt a certain type of way that you were taking advantage of the person in the video, you know, and it seemed like at the time, everyone had so much to say, even stuff that didn't have anything to do with the videos. Like people were just saying their mind. Last. How did that make you feel?
Oh, bothered, really. If Dotun came out and said something, I know Dotun. I can be upset. Why would Dotun go on Twitter to say that? Come on, you Dotun, you have my number. You could have called me. You know, I don't know these people. Like I have a personal relationship with him. I know him. I know you. If I see you, I can spot you outside and say, that's Kemi. I don't know these people, so why should I be mad? And that was my friend. We went to UGA together. We went to school together. Wow. He flew into LA for my show in LA, and he works with Tom's, the shoe brand.
Okay.
So I went to. I was at Tom's headquarters in LA. We're talking about business, and then they gave me a whole bunch of shoes and stuff. And so I told him he never liked Kanye. I love Kanye West, and so when he said he doesn't know Kanye, I knew what he was doing. So and that's why I always insult him. I've had Thanksgiving dinner in this guy's house. I've told his mother that the turkey is not sweet. Do you understand? We know each other. His mom knows my mom. So it's like social media has a way of people coming to conclusion and jumping into conclusion without facts.
Thank you very much. I mean, it's nice we clear that. Yinka, how are you doing?
Well, I'm good. Thank you very much.
Because you do radio.
He does sound good. He does.
Good. You know, for the benefit of everybody who wants to know you, who is Yinka Lori actually?
Yinka Lori is an artist based in London. I'm a storyteller, and I create installations, I design furniture, I do everything. I'm that guy. Like I like to do different things, but always be creative.
Why do you think? I mean, people ask you questions. I mean, you know, when you're in the UK, people ask you questions, oh, you're Nigerian. And some other questions will pop up after that, right? Yeah. Talking about the culture, our tradition, the state of the government. How do you deal with questions like that?
I don't know. I think people, especially in the UK, have a kind of a negative perception of Africa and Nigeria. So for me, I try to always avoid those questions and always shine light on the positive things in Nigeria. So design, the fashion, the music. So I think for me, it's about trying to celebrate my culture. Because I was born in London. I've been there 32 years. So I think for me, trying to understand who I am, am I Nigerian, am I British, and trying to embrace the two cultures together, but celebrate them both, you know. So yeah, it's important for me to to shout out about my culture.
And that's good. And that's good. Now tell us more about. We've seen your work. I mean, your chairs, are they affordable? First, let me start with that.
Because that used to be affordable.
They used to be. What changed?
Do you make chairs for people to sit, or it's just an art, or is it for people to collect, or for people to come and call you and say, I want to buy that?
It's a tricky one. I think. See, art is. I think it depends on the user. Art makes you feel different in different ways. I think for me, I create work that's more sculptural. So if you buy my chair, you can't sit on it, but you can hang it on your wall. Or I don't know. It's up to you. You know,
or decide to sit on it if you want. It's yours now.
Yeah.
I when Dotun put me on you, by the way, so shout out to Dotun because he knows. He knows that I like a certain type of art, and then he's like, "Oh, you'd like this guy." And when I read about you, I saw that you said upcycling. You like to reuse things. And what is that about? I'd like for you to expatiate.
I think for me, when I use an old piece of furniture, I love the narrative of that object. So where it's come from, who sat on that object, what kind of era it's from, but then also giving it a new story. I love storytelling. I love working with Nigerian parables. So as a kid, my dad always told us these parables all the time. I would leave there crying because it was so powerful, you know. So I think using Owe in my furniture, giving it a meaning, a narrative, and giving it a stronger power, and that's what I like doing with
something
with my
old,
furniture.
something new.
Yeah, exactly. Storytelling. Yeah, I love it. It's like music, you know. Like you're trying to tell a story, trying to convey a message and a feeling. So yeah.
And you're pretty colorful, guys.
Yeah.
Lots of colors happening. Yeah. What is it with colors? Do you ever do anything in black and white?
Rarely. No, I mean, color makes me feel happy. You know, people want to talk to you when you wear color. And I think color is about mood and also feeling and emotion. And also my parents, you know, with our culture is colorful. Swiss lace, it's color. So, and it reminds me of good times. It reminds me of partying and being sociable. So. Color makes me feel happy. Yeah,
it's the same for Teni as well. Teni, you're pretty colorful too.
Yes.
Is it the same
it's
feeling?
It's just nice that we just made the right combination today. I like it because you know, I sent his work to Teni because one of the things I was drawn to is he can decide not to even talk about Nigeria. I can because it happens a lot of times. I mean, struggling to be British and Nigerian at the same time, and when you get a lot of questions where people have to ask you, so why you? He does things that every word would embrace, but you can almost think, I don't want to have to deal with my color, so let me just do it and be safe. But he still represents Nigeria. So I got drawn to one of his design lectures or sessions, and he was playing Teni's song in the background. And I'm like, okay, that's nice. You know, they were all bumping their heads and working at the same time, but you can choose to play a song for Marshmello. You can play a song that they can relate with. But, you know, because when you play music like that, it breeds a kind of question.
Yeah.
But he the thing about him and his work, he embraces it with his heart.
Holistic, yeah.
And I think
like
that is it. You guys, I feel, even kids out there, stay out time, take out your time, and read about this guy. His work is amazing.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Amazing. He's working on a library now, but he's going to tell you more about it. But it's just good. You know, having Teni too, who, I don't know, man, I'm drawn to their work.
Me too.
Teni, I almost don't even want to just talk about Teni's music. It's just who she is.
Exactly. I would like to add that, which is, I said this to you, Dotun. I'm drawn to people. You know, even when I meet artists, my dad is an artist. He paints for a living. That's what he's always done. And so is my mom as well. So I come from an artistic family. I can't paint. It skips my generation. But but I think I have some form of understanding. But I always like to get to know the people behind the art, because the art can be modified over time, influences so many things, but the person is the person, especially as they keep putting out the art. It's still them in their art anyway.
Exactly.
So it's like one of the things I really liked about Teni, and still do, is like you can tell that she's having a good time, enjoying singing the music, and the enjoyment is translating to me on the other side. She's happy, it makes me happy, you know what I mean? So the music is like an extra for me. It's like great music, but like I like the fact that I like watching her. You know, it's like woo.
Just so you guys just so you understand the session. This is the first time we're in awe of anybody.
Yeah.
We're usually the very controversial people. We ask questions,
direct questions.
And there was something that happened on Twitter, right? So I grew up pretty very sheltered. Like we weren't allowed to go out or none of that stuff. My first time entering Okada was like last year. So I was on downfall and I was doing like bus conductor, and then I posted on my Twitter, and then somebody said, "Oh, you're doing too much.
You're doing the most."
Right? But I have to do the most while I'm alive, because when I die, who's going to do the most for me? Do you understand? Like, I'm out here living my life, I'm being happy, I'm doing me. That's me. Like, so God forbid, is it when I die that everybody will start crying?
And that's always the case half the time. Okay, you know what? We're going to talk about our roots when we get back, Yinka. And, I mean, the question, do you have anything for Nigeria? I mean, on design, but we'll talk about that when we get back in the show, guys. We have Teni the Entertainer, Yinka Lori, right here on your number one hit music station. It is 11 minutes past 1 o'clock. It's a hot afternoon. Sorry about that. Those zone layers really messing up. But we'll go into that conversation later. This is Uyo Meyo. Right? Uyo Meyo. I mean, I actually had to say it on Dewey, actually.
Yeah.
And this is the Siga Lori remix. And this is Teni the Entertainer.
my love is yours. Give it to you, no be joke. Baby, now you that for sure. It took up. My love is yours. Give it to you, no be joke. Baby, now you that for sure. One lele, one le power. One lele, one remove. You want it, gonna come me. Make we stop the fight, oh no. One lele, one le power. One lele, one remove. You want it, gonna come me. Make we stop the fight, oh no. Bring it back to me. I can't take your pain away, but I can make you feel better. Make you feel better. If you stay another day, we can do it together. From sundown to sunup, we go work together. We go do forever. From sundown to sunup, we go work together. We go do together. Yeah. Baby, wait for you. Yeah. Would you stay with me? Yeah. No regrets, baby. Like a soldier, would you fight for me? Baby, wait for you. Would you stay with me? No regrets, baby. Like a soldier, would you fight for me? Oh, you make me smile. Oh, you give me joy. You dey make me while I'm below. You dey for my mind. Oh, you give me joy. Oh, you give me joy. You dey make me while I'm below. You dey for my mind.
J-Saves.
You're locked to 96.9 Cool FM, your number one hit music station. It is still the Midday Oasis on a beautiful Tuesday. You guys are back to work. You know, we had a long weekend. But you guys went to the Giddy Fest, turned up at Loud, Homecoming. It's time to rest. But it's not rest day because it's a work day, right, Kemi?
Yeah, I didn't party. I was just sleeping the whole.
I
like to chill, so
I
I
didn't
was.
go for any.
I didn't.
See, Kemi-
I like to.
Kemi's
I got to
concert-
fish this weekend,
Yes,
so I was
see.
too busy trying to sort it out.
Ball of fish.
Yeah,
Things
fish
I
bowl. I got a
do.
paradise fish.
You got a fish.
Yeah, it's
Don't invite me to your house. Oh, Benny.
it's too salty. I like to. It's a mode of self-preservation for me and self-care in Nigeria, Lagos, because it gets really hectic and tiring on the outside. So when I can, I like to be in my house, light a candle, just relax. It's like my own type of preservation.
With your fish.
With my fish.
Ladies and gentlemen, shout out to Kemi. No, I mean, I love your life. I'm actually, right now, in the record of my family, I'm the most restless human being in the world. I wish I could just stay.
I like to relax. I don't
and
joke with it,
chill.
my relaxation. I don't joke with
It's a good
it.
thing.
At
You
all.
need to sell it.
Yeah.
You need to sell it as a package to people because we're not really settled here in Nigeria.
Yeah,
We cannot really sit
so much
down
happening.
and chill. Ladies and gentlemen, we still have the British Nigerian born product designer from. I mean, he's in Nigeria for a few days, and we just had to bring him on to talk about his work and what he has done for Nigeria and our art generally. And Yinka Lori's still here, and we still have Teni, the entertainer superstar, mega superstar, holding it down, killing shows every day. There was a time Teni said she gone on stage without a Miracles concert. And I asked her, where are you going to afterwards? Oh, I'm going to Ibadan. And I checked the time. And I'm like...
Oh, you know, I went to one day after Mayor Kun's Day in Ibadan.
And that was about, I think, 10, 11? How do you do
That's
it?
mental. Yeah, and I still said to Dotun that I see you do like the little shows and then the big shows, and you're at every show, regardless of size, regardless of like, how do you keep up with that?
See, I have this philosophy, right?
Mm-hmm.
While you're alive, make the best use of that. I'm telling you, it could be over in a second.
I agree.
Like, I'm telling you, like, my mom always says, stop talking about death. Stop talking about death. But I always use my father as an example. You could not, my father was unmatchable. What? When I watch his funeral and I see him laying down, I cannot move, cannot talk. It motivates me. I will not be here forever. the most I'll probably get. If as a human being, if you get 100 years, you're lucky.
Mm-hmm.
And 100 years is not a lot of years. Do you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to be here forever. So let me make a legacy for myself and stamp my foot so that even when I go, I will be remembered for something. And that's why I do all this.
What are you working on currently, presently? Sugar Mommy is supposed to drop.
Yes.
Your producers were apologizing.
No, they had to apologize.
What happened?
Because the mixing and mastering first wasn't what I wanted. And what they sent to me wasn't what they uploaded. So I was like, what? So they were like, no, just leave it like that. No. My generations will hear it.
Pull it down.
Remove it.
Pull it down, because music go.
If it ain't good, I don't want it.
You don't want it.
So when is it going to be
Preach.
out now?
This Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Besides that, in between, are you on tour? What are you doing?
Sugar Mom is not my. Do you know Sugar Mom is not a single song?
Okay.
It's just a freestyle I did, and everybody said I should drop it, so I'll drop it then drop my main single.
Okay.
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 But I'm on tour. I'm
More music.
traveling tomorrow, Canada.
Okay. Where are you touching?
I'm touching 10 cities in Canada.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Teni's making money.
Busy.
I'm trying.
So Yinka, talking about your work, I mean, which is your biggest so far?
Ooh, biggest so far. Designing a pavilion in London, in Dulwich, South London.
Wow.
So it's like architecture. So I'm doing more architectural projects now. So like railway bridges, pavilions, skate parks. So it's gone from furniture now to spaces, which is pretty crazy. So it's bigger now. Yeah.
Skate park.
You did a thing for Adidas. What
I
is
did,
that?
yeah. So it's a collaboration we did with Adidas. Designed a trainer. It was for WeTransfer and Adidas.
Why are you modest, bro? Bro,
He's saying it with a
I
shrug.
can imagine me doing that. Hey, I don't want to do that. We and then God for they don't diamond.
I saw that. I thought
So
it was
tell
pretty
us more
pretty.
about it.
What was that about?
Yeah, so it was basically for the World Cup that they had last year. So I designed a bench for this kind of 5-star tournament. So Adidas approached me, and WeTransfer. WeTransfer, you upload your files onto this format. So they approached me to design a trainer using my kind of own colorway, and that was it really. Yeah, so you could
That's good. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Now the thing is, are you ever 32 years? Are you ever going to come back to Nigeria to start something? Because everybody who tell you come back home, I believe that.
Yeah.
We cannot really base it on how Nigeria is, but do you think you have the respect you deserve because you're not here? Would you ever come back home to do anything?
Do you know what? I would love to. I had my first show here 4 years ago, and that's where I met Tosin as well, actually. And everyone that was there was from London, had come back to Nigeria and said, you know what, Yinka, move back, you would do well here. But my first show was quite stressful. I think it was.
Wow.
It was, yeah. So I think I would love to. I think it's just trying to sort of learn and work the way you guys work here, So yeah, it's definitely something
it's
I
more
thought
about
about.
the stress to work here, right?
Yeah. I think just trying to adjust to like things like traffic and I don't know, sort of
Fagburu.
time. I don't know, timekeeping.
There's traffic in London too.
Yeah, there is. There is. There is.
And people say, if you talk about, let's be honest. I mean,
Yeah.
I hear stories about standard of living in London or in the UK is
Yeah.
not that easy.
It's tough.
Well, Nigeria,
And your weather's gloomy half the time.
It's shocking.
Honestly, I'll pick Lagos over London
The
anytime.
weather is
Let me
shocking.
raise my hand. Yes, I will. Because I'll tell you why. First of all, I get bored traveling. Maybe I'm not
Yeah.
going to the right places. But the truth is,
London is boring.
it's boring.
It is.
They're always working. They never have time for you.
I can agree.
You get on the phone with someone who's your friend.
Your
in the
beach
UK.
is on the
Oh,
outskirts.
Once you touch
man.
down,
and by the way, right,
down, the conversation changes.
something happened to me the day I touched down for my UK tour
Ooh.
in Kensington.
Ooh.
I went to eat. We dropped my bags straight from the airport.
Yeah.
We parked, went to eat Nando's. By the time we came out, they smashed the window of the car
Ooh.
and stole my bag.
That's London for you, though.
Kensington.
Smash and grab. Yeah.
London people.
I can never ever forget. They've never done that to me in Lagos.
No.
So
Let me tell you
I
what's funny.
apologize.
get the fool, yo.
I'm so-
Let me tell you what's funny about Lagos. They might steal your stuff and tell you, Now me carry on.
I swear. And we called police. Police did not come. In America, police is coming immediately. So I don't understand what's your
What's up? What?
so what is the difference between London and Lagos?
They're killing
You know the funny thing, Kemi, is you call them up. Once you touch down, the story changes.
I'm telling you.
See, you gotta be family or bosom friends for them to come through for you. See, I've done some of them that I don't want to mention. One of my friends that when they're here, we take them around, you turn up and everything, they're always fine. Because the truth is, when you're coming in here, Nigerians will treat you nice.
Yeah.
It's part of our life.
I agree.
Yeah.
You go there, they disappear.
Yes, sir.
Don't even think it.
They will not be telling you that.
They'll tell you that, man.
No, you know the worst one. They don't drive, so most of them don't drive. They don't tell you that. You should enter train. Do I know where I'm going? They will not tell you. You can use map. Map. I don't know how to read map.
See, you cannot do it now. You can say he's even tired of partying. You will come and pick you from where you are
and have a good time.
And have a good time. That's it.
But
That's
speaking of that, why are you here? Are you just here for leisure, or did you come in particular for something?
I came for a break because I've been working for like 6 months non-stop on like 5 big projects. So I came for Homecoming, came for Giddy Fest, and just to eat some snails, some suya, everything.
How often are you back here?
I'm here like 3 times a year, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 times a year, but always for work. So this is my first time to relax, just doing nothing, just chilling. So,
but you like this, right?
I love it. Yeah, I love it.
He was at the Lake Conservation Center. We used to go there like this.
No,
I'm afraid of that place.
Really? Have you ever
I've done
been?
it once.
Yes.
But I said I would never do it again.
I don't like the monkeys either. The monkeys are so weird.
No.
They keep stealing your stuff, taking it all up in your business.
As in, I was eating gala.
They will collect
one bite. They collected the gala.
But you know what's funny? Monkeys are like that everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not really a big monkey
Those
fan.
Monkeys actually.
They're a little
Those
weird.
kind of monkeys, don't joke with you. You're more lucky than not even throw in their stuff at you.
But also, do you get inspired by Lagos whenever you're here and go back and make some stuff that you've picked up?
All the time, yeah. The project we're doing in London is called the Colour Palace, and that was inspired. I went to Balongo Market,
Okay.
And I loved how the people who sell their fabrics, the way they display the fabrics, that inspired a project which we designed in London called Colour. I'll show you actually. I've got a photo.
Good.
So yeah, I always find especially like colours and the people and the culture. It's so much culture in Nigeria. So yeah, I always feel inspired for sure.
I wish Nigerians were more. The Nigerians that live here were more inspired by our culture. You know, it's pretty interesting when I hear people that come and then talk about it, and I'm like, yeah, but we live here every day. And people, you speak Yoruba now, they'll say Yaraz. You speak Pidgin, they'll say, you know what I mean? Like, yes, that's what I mean. It's like, you eat somewhere, they'll say, but shele. You know, it's a little.
I'm telling you.
I think we always wait for people outside.
We don't appreciate.
We have an identity crisis here in Nigeria by ourselves, and it's a problem. Really.
Let's just open the phone line very quickly. We have Teni here, and we have Yinka Lori as well. So numbers are 2710969. 2712969 and 2713969. One more song, then we can open up the phone lines. You can call in and just talk to them. Numbers are 2710969, 2712969 and 2713969. Teni needs to run because she's shutting down Canada in a few days. I love your life. I mean, I want to be honest. I mean, I love it. I love your life.
But are we getting a body of work?
Yes, but
soon?
It's ready. But I'm not 100%.
Okay.
Feeling good.
Are you a perfectionist?
Why not?
Well, because every day sounds change in my head. So I want to make sure it's something I'm 100% with.
And they're right with, right?
I'm never in a rush to do anything.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay. Hi. I was just listening to your show.
Okay.
And I want to say hello to Teni.
Hi.
She's doing a great job. Like, she doesn't know how much she inspires so many people, but she's just doing an awesome job. I love you.
Thank you.
Keep doing the good work you do. You're amazing. And then to that fine bobo that is speaking for never.
Hey,
That's why she called.
but how do you even know he's fine?
They'll Google you. Hey, tell me, what do I know? You come on, fine. Just marry.
Wait, nah. Hey, the guy.
Yeah, go ahead. We're here.
But Teni, you're amazing.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you.
beautiful.
Oh, yeah, move to the fine bobo. Yeah, now.
Forget the fine bobo. I love you because you're natural.
Oh,
You're
thank
beautiful.
you. Thank you so much. I appreciate
Thank
you.
You guys are doing an amazing work. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Have a nice day, right?
You too.
Okay, back to the music. A quick break, and we wrap this up. This is Party Next Door. Teni the Entertainer.
Feeling like I'm Rambo. Skin tight body, but you know I'm good. You know that I'm good. Step into the club and you know. Teni Maganagi on the road. Let's go dollar, we on the road. Yeah, and we go. Step into the picture cause we cold. Rocking every city on the go. Every day we balling on the road. Oh, you turn me on. Ain't nobody never saw me on. Can you see the way you rub me on? Yeah, you love me on. No, nobody love me on. I wanna be the one you turn me on. I love it when you call me on. What on this? Bring it back.
Get your body back on your back. Get your body back on your back. Get your body back on your back. Preach to me, your body got it calling. Get your body back on your back. Get your body back on your back. Get your body back on your back. Preach to me, your body got it calling.
Look at me, yeah. Look at how nice and clean I'm looking. Got my bandana on, I'm a do-rag, got my shades on now, looking so clean. Looking like Tupac, yeah. Looking like Machiavelli, oh. Tell them how you wanna get a piece of, yeah. Oh, you turn me on, ain't nobody never saw me on. Can you see the way you rub me on? Yeah, you love me on. No, nobody love me on. I wanna be the one you turn me on. I love it when you call me on. What on this? Bring it back.
Get your body back on your back. Get your body back on your back. Get your body back on your back. Preach to me, your body got it calling. Get your body back on your back. Get your body back on your back. Get your body back on your back. Preach to me, your body got it calling.
Boom, boom, ba. Hey, you know that we back. Tell them I can knock you on dollar. Hey, when you playing. Unakamo, na just in at the beat. Pam, 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 yeah. I don't feel it, I know. You wanna take it to the beat, I know. You wanna just into the beat, I know. I do. Okay.
Still locking it down on 96.9 Cool FM. Teni is still here. Yinkai Lori. Girls are already loving them. Oh, wow. Oh, Nigerians, I love you guys. That's good. I mean, that's the thing. Whether you like it or not, you're in Nigeria. The food is good. Ladies are beautiful. You know, traffic is nice. You get what I'm saying?
Traffic is nice.
Yeah. I tell people, traffic has made Nigerians love music more.
For
Because
real.
now you can listen to a song back to back
Back to
album.
back.
I can tell you, for me, I've listened to Chainsmokers. I've listened to Nino La's album back to back in traffic. I mean, those are albums I bought Nino La one day. Cool, More Hits, All Stars. Like I
It's
mentioned,
lit
I've
in
tons of albums I
traffic.
bought. Burner Boy, back to back. See, traffic, you'll be there. Just enjoy yourself, and thank God that we have Snapchat and Insta Story. So you can make you feel good. You're in traffic and just bump your head. You're in traffic.
For real.
We just love the life. Still 96.9 Cool FM. 15 minutes. We're about to hit 2 o'clock. And we got to wrap this up because
Yeah.
you have to go.
Yeah, but you mentioned a library in Inca is working
Yeah.
on a today's World Book Day, by the way. So, yay! Thank you very much for that.
For us to read books.
I mean,
We need to lie.
Yeah.
but I read
I read
motivational
books.
books.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm a
now, you know what it
novelty.
is now. The GOT fans. I watch it too. You know.
But what did you make create a library?
Yeah, I did the library in Stockholm in Sweden
Mm-hmm.
last year. So yeah, it's my first time in the library. It's a permanent library, so yeah, it was a really exciting commission. So yeah, that's it. Yeah.
We need libraries in Nigeria, by the way.
That's another thing. I mean, you
It's
could look
something I'm
into be
actually
nice.
interested in.
Are there libraries in Nigeria too?
I mean, there are
There's one in
a
Solo.
few,
There's
but
one-
if
there's
they're
one in
not,
Yaba, there's
yeah,
one in
but they're
Yaba.
not like you're not walking libraries where you can
Ah.
conveniently just balance, read a book, borrow books. It doesn't really have the ambience. most people would just go read at a cafe somewhere.
It'd be
instead.
nice. I mean, the government can
so-
work with you on this. It makes sense.
It's
You got-
something that we could look
Interesting.
into.
Yeah. A library.
Yeah, bro, that's nice.
Yes.
We build restaurants and
Yeah.
party spaces and clubs,
Party
but no
spaces,
libraries.
beach houses.
I don't think Nigerians believe in libraries.
You don't.
But it's very good.
It
It is
is.
very good. Now, people don't understand that these are places you can get away from. You can go there, sit down, and
And read what you
something.
like.
Yeah.
And read what
It's
you
nice.
like.
And the good thing is, when a space is beautiful,
You relax.
you can go in there and relax.
Mhm.
It should be a getaway, and it will help our education as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Why is it not a thing at libraries? What? Because they just.
Well, if we have to look at like researchers, a lot of people don't read as such anymore. There are more things now. It's visuals. You can listen.
Okay.
You can watch, and online audiobooks and ebooks have sort of kind of taken over to a certain percent.
Yeah.
So it's like I can read in the comfort of my house on my phone as opposed to walking somewhere to read a paperback.
Right.
That's
There's
a good,
all of
that's a good
valid.
one.
yeah, those are really like the examples.
Okay.
But there's still the people there are some books that online book. No, if you hold some books in your hand,
Yeah.
so, you know what I mean. There's some books that what is an ebook? If you hold it in your hand, you know the
Yeah,
value
Exactly.
of it as
Hello.
well. So yeah, I'm with that.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah,
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Hi. What is your
Hi.
name?
Hi, Teni, you are so amazing.
Thank you.
Man,
Like,
you should have said
Yomi
your
is my
name first.
favorite
I thought her name was
song.
Teniola.
My song, one of your songs, Kuyomiyo, blew my mind.
Big tune.
Oh,
Big tune.
I wish I could work with you. I'm also an artist as well.
Oh, shit.
wow.
Shoot your shot,
Like-
girl.
Shit, your shot.
Shit, that
And
Who's that?
to be honest, I don't know, because you are going up and up by
Amen.
the special grace of God.
Amen, amen.
I wish to meet you once. Man, you will know how happy I am.
Oh,
Well,
I
you can
like
drop
Dr.
your,
Dallas. You are the best.
can you drop your you could drop your details if you can. That, I mean, you never know. Is that where
Yes,
you could do
I'm
that?
on Instagram. Actually.
Yeah, what's your
Okay,
social media? It's
okay.
easier.
What is your handle?
My handle is uselovebaby13 on Instagram.
Only you. Use
Yeah,
love.
that's my handle, and
Can
that's
you-
my
can you-
stage name.
Use love.
Yes,
Wow.
I'm an artist as a rapper.
Oh, rapper. So can you drop something quick for us? I mean, we can hear something. You say you're a rapper. Drop it now. Let's hear. Can you drop something
Yo,
quick?
checking on my fees, I don't mind anybody, but anything you do, this is run for the money. I go for the shows, but people look at me. But Use Love Baby is the baddest of them all. Look at me when I come out true, but anybody knows being a Use Love Entertainment.
You see? We had to call the Popo. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time, right? Just drop your comments, hit us up, and we can make something happen. Have a nice day.
All right, Teni, take care.
Bye.
bye. Thank you.
I want to Makanaki. You know the man.
That
for
back,
Allah.
boo,
Go, we got. Go, Zach. Yeah. Shout out to everybody who's been on the show.
Yeah. You dig it?
Yeah. Go, Zach. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Yinkai Lori.
Thanks for having me.
Hopefully, I mean, we just dropped an idea. It'll be happening. I mean, we can have parks built here in Nigeria, different. Because another thing is parks as well. Parks, recreational centers. Nigerians. I saw some kids who used to skate here. I think they stopped them from doing it. There are kids that they said they skate because now these days we don't have skate parks. But now you see guys holding buses, and there are a lot of them. You know, we don't have skate parks here too as well.
We'll make it happen.
Colorful
Yeah,
stuff. When
yeah.
are you looking to do an exhibition here pretty soon?
Probably this year, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe towards the end of the year.
Oh, we'll force him.
But also, Teni X Inkai Lori
Oh,
Yeah.
yes,
Shirt.
yes.
shirt collab. Shirt collab.
Coming
out
through.
there.
Oh,
no, we have to- we have
hold
to
up.
do it.
We get special T-shirts when it
Yes,
comes
yes,
out.
yes.
I want billion. Thank you, no,
We get
we make
special.
the thing.
Yes,
It's cool.
thank you very
But
much.
imagine a Teni and Yinkai Lori's collaboration.
sick.
Yeah.
That's a big
We'll
deal.
make it happen.
I love colors. So
Good.
let's-
Yeah, you're colorful.
So it's
person
good
too.
now. Omo means detergent. Thank you guys. Back
Thank
to the
you.
show.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for coming, Teni and
you very
Yinkai Lori. You can check Yinkai Lori out at Yinka_Ilori on Instagram. Do I need to tell you about Teni's handle?
Please tell them at Teni Entertainer.
Very easy.
Please enjoy marketing.
And we got to wrap. See, Kemi, why is Macho in the studio right now?
He said he was driving and he heard that. And he just pulled up. Just pulled up.
96.9, 9 minutes up. We're about to hit 2 o'clock and more music. We need to wrap this up because we like this song, Brother Shaggy, and he featured Teni on this joint. You heard that, body whoop. You guys enjoy. We'll be right back. Don't touch that radio.
Don't touch that.